It's like a fighter who goes into the ring and gets knocked out. The first thing he says is, I want a rematch. I want a rematch. And I won all of the primaries. Remember, she won none. She went into no primary. She got no votes. In all fairness, I know that. But in all fairness, Cindy got 14 million votes. She got none. She's done one debate. I've done two. It's too late to do another. I'd love to in many ways, but it's too late. The voting is cast. The voters are out there immediately. Is everybody voting? Please get out and vote. I want to see one day voting on Friday. One state to go forever. It's like 2.5 months, and then they have the right to delay the count for weeks. The whole thing is crazy. You can get it changed. You gotta get it. When we get it, we're gonna get this craziness changed. Everyone knows that Kamala Harris cannot explain how she would make your life better because it's really her policies that have destroyed this country in the last 3 years. She was the voters, though. Now she said she wasn't the voters, that doesn't matter. She was in charge of the voters. They were sleeping to about it. She wanted to go to the So without usual campaign rhetoric, Mr. Trump did say that he is going to cut if he wins again, he will cut energy. By slashing inflation, cut interest rates and reduce the monthly cost of your typical mortgage by $1,000 monthly. So interest rates with me were at 2%. Interest rates with her and Sean Ray, I don't know, over the cabinet meeting, right? So I'm going to ask my wife to take her. Hasn't had a cabinet meeting like in 2 years. And yesterday they finally had it. They said, I'm going to let Jill handle it. And we will manage a lot of things happening. A lot of bad things happening. We will manage to come back in for work. We will have no tax on tips. We will have no tax on overtime. Tax on social security benefits for our racing. No tax. And it makes sense because the seniors have been hurt so badly with inflation. So we're going to have no tax on social security for our seniors, and while working Americans catch up, we're going to put a temporary cap on interest rates on credit card debt at 10%. Some people are paying 25 and 30%. It's free. You know, it's against the law. Okay, it goes against the law, but in theory, that's against what the cabinet for a period of time. It's not the election is about the border. That's what it is. And I am your border president. She would be your invasion president. She would be your country-destroying president. In 2016, we had a bad border. I fixed it. And it was so good that I couldn't mention it in 2020, even though, excuse me, I might say, we got millions more votes in 2020 than we did in 2016, right? Some bad crap happened. Some bad things happened. We got millions and millions of more votes, so what if this was? Think of our country, if I were president. You wouldn't have Ukraine, Russia. That wouldn't happen. You wouldn't have any inflation. You wouldn't have had the attack on Israel. And you wouldn't have had the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And that's the way they withdrew from Afghanistan. None of this would have happened. And a lot of other good things. Energy independent. We're already energy independent. Energy dominant by now. More than Russia, more than anything. We have more than Russia. We have more than Saudi Arabia, more oil. We have more than anybody. I call it liquid gold. We have more liquid gold under our feet. And what do? We go to Venezuela to get oil, to get tar. They sell us tar that we refine in our country. In Houston, Texas, not a pretty sight. As border czar, Kamala Harris has allowed 21 million illegals to pour in from all over the world. They're coming from the prisons and the jails. They're coming from mental institutions and insane asylums. They're terrorists that she's letting literally at record levels. Terrorists are pouring into our country. Did you see the chart? 4 years ago, we had 11 terrorists come in, and we got them. Everyone. Now we have thousands of terrorists in our country. And the worst terrorists from the worst countries. Here in North Carolina, migrant crime is totally out of control. Encouraged by sanctuary jurisdictions, sanctuary cities, all across your state. In July, an illegal alien who border czar Harris released a special order into our country, was arrested for stalking a woman into a public bathroom in Charlotte and attempting to rape her and ultimately rape her and hurt her very badly. He was released last month, an illegal alien from Venezuela, who the snare demanded death. His murder came just 4 days after he was arrested for horrible domestic violence. But instead of being deported, this criminal alien was released to kill again. Kill again he did. And in June, a fugitive illegal alien criminal arrested after savagely murdering a 23-year-old in the sanctuary jurisdiction of Mecklenburg. Anybody come from Mecklenburg County? That was a big one. That was a bad one. Nasty. Today I'm announcing a new plan to end all sanctuary cities in North Carolina and all across our country. No more sanctuary cities. Uncle Sam agrees. I had a feeling you would. Federal law enforcement to every city that is failing, which is a lot of them, to turn over criminal aliens, and we will hunt down, capture every single gang member, drug dealer, rapist, migrant criminal that is being illegally harbored. Every one of the top 25 worst cities are Democrat-run cities. We will get them out of North Carolina and we'll send them home where they belong. Congress to pass a law outlawing sanctuary cities nationwide, and we will bring down the full weight of the federal government on any jurisdiction that refuses to cooperate with ICE. And these are great patriots, ICE, Border Patrol, and Street Border Patrol. They're not allowed to do their job. They want to do their job, they're not allowed. Even there will not be one single violent criminal gang operating in North Carolina or anywhere else. You have a lot of gangs. Hate to say, you have a lot of gangs in this state. Are there any gang members in the audience? Would you please raise your hand? So that's the choice. Kamala Harris will fly criminal migrants into every one of your cities and towns. Did you see that? They said, well, we've decided to get tough on crime. You know, like 2 weeks ago, because they want to try and get some votes because they're not doing so good. This issue is not a good one for them. But did you see, and then we learned that they're flying them in beautiful, big, fat, beautiful Boeing aircraft, just like that one, with more seats, actually. I have fewer seats in mine than they do. But they fly them in with beautiful aircraft. They fly them all over the country by the hundreds of thousands. They're flying in over the border. So they don't want to stop them because they're continuing the flights into our country. I will get every migrant criminal out of our country, and I'll get them out fast. We have to. We have no choice. But they're taking over our country. You see what they're doing. Kamala Harris's border invasion is also crushing the jobs and wages of African-American workers and Hispanic-American workers, and also union members. Unions are next. You watch. They are working and hurting what's going on with African-American workers and with Hispanic in particular. They're taking your jobs. They're taking your jobs. Every job produced in this country over the last 2 years has gone to illegal aliens. Every job. Think of it. What we're doing to this country is so sad, you know, and stand up here. Thank you. Thank you. You're right about that. We're going to save it. We're going to save it. No, we're going to save it. But it is sad. Young guy, I don't know where the hell he is. Got a lot of people out here. But when he screams, you've got to save us, President. You know, that we need to scream like that. That you would think in this country that you would need something like that. It's very sad. But we're going to save you. We will. We did it once. We're going to do it again. And we're going to do it at even a higher level. An even higher level. That's one of the big reasons why I just won the overwhelming endorsement of the rank and file membership of the Teamsters. They voted for Trump. American-born workers lost, think of this, 1.3 billion. No, meanwhile, the migrants picked up 635,000 jobs that we know of. But the Americans lost jobs. What a this? I don't even, you know, the fact, you find it hard to believe it could be happening, actually. Because, you know, the Republican Party has become a party of common sense. I call it the party of common sense. But it's to become a party, where is the common sense in open borders and high taxes, job numbers that are just renting you? Even Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said this week, quote, the influx across the borders has been one of the things that has allowed unemployment to rise, and rise substantially. To save your jobs, you must vote for Trump. Very simple. Very simple. So in the latest Rasmussen poll just now, thank you. Remember, I used to talk about the polls, right? I used to talk about the polls, and I forgot.
Kobe, Emma.
So much, I just have to talk about them. But in the latest Rasmussen poll, you You know what happened with Joe? We beat him by, I think, 21 points, and they said, you got to get out, you can't win, and he got out. So now I'm in a second race. This is what happened. $150 for beating Joe. And we beat him. And he couldn't win, and they went to him and they said, you can't win, you're out. You're not supposed to say that to a president, but they said, Joe, you're out. Get out of here, Joe. And they really, they took it over. He got 1 season in votes, and she got none. And then they never thought she was going to get it, but it turned out that she got it because they wanted to be politically correct. She didn't get 1 vote. She didn't win 1 primary. She was the first one that quit the race when they had 22 candidates, where Biden won it. But in the latest Rasmussen poll against her, just came out, we're 8 points up. In the New York Times, Seattle poll, can you believe New York Times? They can't be happy. We're 9 points up in the Midwest alone. In the Emerson poll, highly respected, we're 3 up in Georgia and leading Arizona by a lot, Wisconsin by a lot. And I think we're really doing well in Pennsylvania. That's what the word is. But remember, don't get too carried away. They cheat. That's what they do. They cheat. Too big to rig. We got to get out there. Everybody's got to vote. And in the American Greatness poll, we're beating Kamala by 3 here in a place called North Carolina. And one that's very exciting, the poll just came out from in the state of Virginia, which no Republican has won in a long time. But take nothing for granted. You have to get out and vote. You just have to get out and vote. We cannot accept it with what they do. Their policies are no good. Their policies are no good. Their management is no good. They cheat like nobody can cheat. Today, I recommended before that Laura run for that office, but Laura said I have a beautiful family, a husband, and 2 the most beautiful kids. You're going to meet one of them in a minute. Because we happen to name her Carolina. So she said, you know, Dad, and we have a great gentleman named Ted Budd, a congressman, and he's fantastic. And so I said, Ted, you want to do it? I'm going to give you my endorsement. And I gave him the endorsement, and he has been a great senator. Ted Budd. Ted, hi, Ted. He's done a fantastic job. Also, I was early with Dan. Fantastic, Dan. You look good. You look good. Thank you, Dan. He's great. He's a warrior. David Rouser. David. We love David. And Anna Paulina Luna. I want to say it perfectly. Anna. She's so popular in Florida. I don't know what's your next move. This is a very important state. We win this state, I think it's going to be over fast. And we only won it. We won it every time. So we're 5-0 in 20 primaries. RNC chairman, so he was so good, and you know what he was good on? Stopping the cheating. Because when other places were winning, we're going to win 10 o'clock in the evening, then at 3:02, a lot of ballots came in, but they didn't come in here. He had 603 lawyers, and he was tough as hell. And I said, that's the guy that wants to run the RNC. Laura, they're doing an unbelievable job. And by the way, Laura's here. Would you stand up? Laura and Eric. Well, it's a super couple. That's a super couple. Thank you, Brad. You're doing a great job, Laura. And he's doing a great job. He's the most subpoenaed human being in the history of the United States. Every day he gets a subpoena from Congress, from like Indiana, Democrat areas only, but man, he's tough as hell. He was such a nice young man just a little while ago. And now he's become like a hard and tough. I said, is that my beautiful Eric? But it is. And he's still beautiful, and he's smart, and he is tough, and he's handled it so well. Eric, stand up separately. Come on. He is the most subpoenaed man in the history of our country. He got more subpoenas than the late great Al Capone. Al Capone is like a baby compared to Eric. Thanks, Eric. Good. Great job, buddy. Great job. And Wilmington County Commissioner Michael, where's Michael Walkley, by the way? Where are you? Where are you? Stand up. We're counting on this guy. I didn't take him from any other state. I took him right from here. It's true, though. You see, about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you see these states that were easy wins. They sort of fell off. Because of COVID and lots of problems, but bottom line, they cheated and they fell off. But you know a place that didn't fall off? North Carolina, and it was headed up by that man. So Michael, you better win or you have to give us something. He doesn't win, he won't be in RNC and he will no longer be in North Carolina. He'll be looking for a job. I think he's going to win, and that's what he's focused. I said, you know, we don't need votes. What we need is honesty in the election. If we have honesty, we have all the votes we need. And by the way, before I forget, I don't want to forget, you have about 30 of the most incredible women that follow me all over the place, and they're from North Carolina. Unbelievable. They follow me all over the country. They're from North Carolina. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice to finally be here? You don't have to travel to California, Texas. They travel all over the place. That's the boss. Thank you very much. Great honor. And we also have shows. They're all over the place. They stand in line for 3 days. They want to win that front row. Thank you very much. And they see plenty. And they were there, unfortunately. That was a hell of a day. Sitting right there, sitting right there. That was a hell of a day. Something. But also, the local county commissioner and member of the Southfield tribe, a friend of mine and a friend of ours, John Cummings. What is John?